My poster is about the development of PharmMatch. This is a game that we developed as an electronic card game to promote the learning of autonomic nervous system pharmacology at the Faculty of Medicine Ramathipati Hospital at Mahidol University, Thailand. I'm Phornphan Witanaporn. I'm the content creator and the presenter today. So we're gonna talk you to the rationale how we developed this game, the idea behind the game that we developed, and also we're going to show you about what the game look like and show you about how the student play it and how they think this game can help them to promote the learning of other about the drug name. And at the end, we're going to show some a little bit testimonial about how they feel and think about this game. So the rationale about this one is because in Faculty of Medicine Ramathipati Hospital, we use the block system to learn the topic. In the second year student, they start to learn about autonomic nervous system pharmacology. The block is about 5 weeks, but they are contained of the principle of physiology first, so they start learning about the drug name at the third week. And they have a lot of drug name. They have cholinergic agonist, antagonist, cholinesterase inhibitor, adrenergic agonist, and adrenergic antagonist. And these drug names are not close to each other. They seem like a very weirdo name, something that they never heard before. And they found that they have to remember this name. They also have to remember the mechanism of action, the indication, and their side effect. And there are more than one side effect for each of the drug. So they have a lot about the drug name and short amount of the time. So the students usually complain to me that they have information overload. I'm teaching students for pharmacology more than 10 years. And most of the time, students feel that this topic is very difficult and they feel pharmacology is terrifying and intimidating subject. And they don't seem to have fun to learn pharmacology. So when we start develop this game, we thought that I really want something that they can play for fun and it's not very difficult to learn. So what we thought about is that we want to promote the memory and want them to remember the drug, the indication, the side effect. So how about we turn the just the letter or the word to be a picture? So we thought if we use a picture, we draw something very cute or very funny, they'll help them remember better. And also, if you play the game, you usually willing to do it more than one time. It seems like the idea of repetitive learning. So the first time you learn it, you forget easily. You learn it about 3 or 4 times, you actually remember it better. So this is the idea that we decide to help promote the memory in this game. Then we to show you about what are the framework that we decide the game. The game name PharmMatch because it's a pharmacology and it's about the matching card between the drug name, the mechanism, the indication, and the side effect. We color coded the card in each group with a different color to help them actually sorting it better. So we have about cholinergic drug, about 18 drug, and there are 6 mechanisms that we use in this game. And also we have adrenergic drug with 28 drug, and there are 10 mechanisms. So what we thought about is it's very difficult to remember the mechanism. It's very you cannot. It's not like we study the bone, you can actually see the bone. You study the blood vessel, you can actually look at the blood vessel. So we only have the name like muscarinic, nicotinic. So we thought, we're gonna use the letter. And then we're gonna kind of color code it a little bit. So let me show you about the muscarinic agonist and muscarinic antagonist card that we use. So we thought that agonist is activate. So the red color means stimulating. Then we use muscarinic agonist with the letter M and the background with the red color. And antagonists, it seems that they block the effect of the receptor, so we use the blue color to kind of cool down. So you have muscarinic agonist, antagonist, nicotinic agonist, partial agonist, antagonist, and also we have cholinesterase inhibitor. And also we have an alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2. So this is the card that they're going to see for the mechanism. And then we thought about drawing a little cute picture or very funny. So I'm gonna show you some of the cards that we use. This is the side effect card. So you see the lacrimation, the salivation, and the sweating. So this is kind of like help them see the picture and oh, this is sweating. You see the sweat on the body. And the blur vision, you see that there are many different guy on the one picture. The glaucoma in our country is translated to the disease of the eye with like a stone in the eye. So we draw the kind of like the stone in the placing of the eye. So they've helped the student remember it easily, and also help them feel fun to learn about it. You use so the next question for us is how we're gonna play it. Originally, we thought about using something like the matching card. You match it, it disappear. But we have 4 types of the card that we want to do it. We have mechanism, we have indication, we have side effect, and we want them to be able to link them together. So it end up with our brainstorm to be a familiar gameplay that look like a solitaire card. So in this one, you see the 5 deck of the card. They open some of them. Some of them might be the drug name. Some of them might be mechanism. Some of them might be the indication or the side effect. And on the right side, you see the deposit area that we can drop the drug card. So you still don't have to beginning with the drop the drug card name onto this blue area. And after that, they'll be able to drop the mechanism, the indication, or the side effect. They don't have to be in that order, but they can drop them. There are 5 drugs in each of the games. So when they finish 5 drugs, the game will end and they record the time. So in this picture, I'm showing that there are 5 drugs that they can do and they clear the game in about 1 minute. So after that, we collect this time, and the student on the beginning when we start, we just having this, and they said like, we want to compete with each other. Teacher, it seems more fun. So our developer think that we can do some leaderboard. In this leaderboard, we have them nickname themselves so they don't have to tell who they are. They can have the name, some silly name like 1, 2, 3, 4, or my name is Pan Pan, and the students just thought, I'm look like teacher, so she said she's Pan Pan twin, which I really think is very nice and funny. And this one, they show how fast they can do. The number one, actually about 25 seconds that they collect the 5 cards. So also at the end of the bottom, they will tell you that if you name it, it's gonna be your best time. In this one, the best time of this player is about 1 minute 48 seconds. So after they finish one of the draft, this one is kind of the library of the card, and we thought that it's like a card collection when they play Pokemon. So in this case, they can collecting the card, and they seem like they own the card in this test, and they actually learn about that. There are actually more than one indication for each drug, and there are also more than one side effect of each drug. So this is one of the challenge of the game. So they can actually, it's not a simple one that they always gonna end up this indication, they always end up this side effect. So this drug I show is botanical. They have 2 indications that we teach the student in the second year, and they show in this one about at least 4 side effects that they have and they can actually have to know. So sometimes the botanical will pair with GI atony, and the side effect will be diarrhea, and sometimes will be salivation. So this make the card or the game is more challenging. So the class is played at the Autonomic Nervous System Pharmacology class at the Faculty of Medicine Ramathipati Hospital in Thailand. The class code name is IAD 205. It's about the physiology and pharmacology. So it's the second year class, so they're very new to the drug name. This almost like the first time they're hearing this name. The class was done in September 2022. So I'm a developer of the game, so I thought that not only we have the game for the student, we're gonna incorporate the game into the lecture. So in this is the sample of my handout slide. So you see that I'm choose some of the drug like succinylcholine in here. You will see that they have a card name. They put little icon on the mechanism of action. They have an indication card, and they also have the side effect card. So in this way, it helps the student remember better. And some of the drugs that have a lot of side effects, we're gonna put the side effect card together. So with this one, if you're interested in this lecture, you can go to the material collection. I put my lecture into that. And also the student like this idea, like the card a lot. Some of the students use the picture of the card to draw their own note. So in the material collection, you can also see this one of the example of the note that I show you. So the class is about 204 students. So this camp is not mandatory. It's kind of like anyone who want to play, you have the access. So we have 204 students. 132 students log in to play the game. So we have the participation about 64.7% of participation. And then somebody log into the game doesn't mean they're gonna finish it. So they might actually just want to have a peek. So we count the number of the people who finish at least one time. We have 113 students. So it seems like if the student log into the game, 85.6% of them finish the game at least one time. So we have collecting how many times they play and what is the best time that they can play. So I'm going to show you the result in the next slide. So on the left side, you're going to see number of the finished game. So we have some students who play a very little, maybe 1 or 3 or 3. So we cut off about at 5. We have about 10 students like that. The highest number that they play is about 21 to 50 times. And we have some students who play more than 100 times. They very enjoy about it. They email me and they chat to me. That was very fun, and they think it helped them learning about the drug name. And also we collect the best time that they can do. The program collect how fast they can do, and 0.5 mean 0.5 minute is about 30 seconds. So if you see the graph on the right side, we have about 13 students who can finish the game, which is collecting the information of 5 different drugs in less than 30 seconds. And most of the time, students do it about 1 to 2 minutes, they finish it. Some of the students, if they play only 1 to 2 times, they usually may be taking longer. We have somebody play at least, use the time more than 5 minutes. But I think the indication or the aim that we do is actually we want them to actually play and learn how fast it's just for their fun, and there's competition. So we do plot the how many times they finish the game that they played and the best time in second. You will see that this is a log scale because it's better represented this way, but you can see that if the number of the game is a lot, they actually the best time is lower. So if you see from the dot, I think the highest number that they play is about 460 times something, and the guy was finished with about 16 seconds, so which is amazing. I play myself and I usually about 1 minute, and that's my best. So it seems that students have fun with the game, and we really they have a good comment, and I'm going to show you some comment later. So before I'm going to show you the comment, we also have some questionnaire to ask them about how they think this game of FarmMatch help them memorizing the drug name. We have 204 students. We launched a questionnaire, and the participation is lower than the game. We only have the return about 45 students. I asked the student, if you play or not play, please tell me. And if you're not playing, please tell me what is the reason that you think that the game doesn't help you. We have about 25% of return questionnaire. 40 of them play the game at least one time, and 5 of them said they didn't play. So they identify themselves that if they play or not. And I asked them to rate how much the game helped them memorizing about the drug name and everything about the drug. So they said, I asked them on the voting score about 1 to 5, have them rate themselves. You will see most of the students who answer the questionnaire rating that the game helped them to remember the drug name and everything about 4 to 5. Some of the students give a little lower score, and usually is the student who play less than 5 or maybe about 5 to 10 times. The average rating is about 4.26 in the scale of 1 to 5. So we are very happy that the students think the game is very benefit, but this is the number. And also we ask in the questionnaire, please describe about how you feel about this game. The class is in Thai, so some of the uh, information is in Thai. And also we ask them why you another student who didn't play the game, what is the reason? The major reason for 5 other students, they all said that they don't have time because the class about the drug is about the 3rd week, and about the 5th week they have to actually take an exam. They feel like they benefit more to focusing on the lecture. But if you see that we have the participation about half of the student, I think we are very successful. And the student who play it usually like them. This is some of the example of their testimonial. I'm not be able to go through this, but this is on the poster. If you're interested, you can read through it. The translation, we try to match the letter in Thai as much as possible. So that usually overall they think the game is very good. They help them memorization about the drug. They feel the question about the drug become easier and they think it's fun. For me, this is we achieve our goal. So we really want them to actually feel pharmacology is not boring, intimidating, and it can be a fun thing. And also they said that they really like it that they can compete with their friend. So they said this drive them to remember more drug. And after this, I would say that I feel the student engaged in the class better. And one of the students, this is the longest testimonial or writing that they comment. I really appreciate this one. They think it's probably is very good game, and also that they said that it's better than flashcard because like flashcard can for me, I think flashcard help you memorize it, but it's all letter. It's not as fun as you see some of the drawing, and also they think that it turned passive learning into a fun active learning, and they can remember the drug more effectively. So this make us as a developer of this game very happy, and they really think that the graphic is very nice. And every couple of students said special thanks to the developer team. And we also interview some of the students. Actually, we interviewed three of the students, but when we post to the YouTube, only show these two girls. At the Ramathibodi Medical School, we actually have some students who learn at international students, so they learn English when they young. So this interview was done in English. If you are interested, you can scan the QR code or click onto the poster. It's gonna go to my YouTube channel, and you can listen to their interview. So at the end, this with this poster, the take-home message is that the game-based learning can be a solution for difficult to teach subject. It can increase the engagement and the learning enthusiasm of the student. So hope you enjoy this poster. If you are interested to play the pharmac, I put the demo link on the autonomic nervous system pharmacology in this poster. You can click and play it. This game will available until the end of September of 2022. But if you want to play after that, or if you are interested in other system, we actually develop it for cardiovascular and also central nervous system drug and the GI drug. You can put in the request into the Google form, or you can actually uh, like email me with this email in the poster. Thank you so much for visiting my poster and hope you enjoy the meeting.